Welcome back to the Musical Connections podcast. Zach Snow here with you once again, and we're going to talk to one of the most electrifying singer-songwriters, Indonesian-born, but now calls Newfoundland and Labrador his home. And as he says in one of his songs, Don't Tell Me Mother, he's living in paradise, but paradise is here. We're joined by Zay Nova. How you doing, brother? Welcome to the podcast.
I am really good, Zach. You have an iconic way to say, "Hey, Zay, how are you doing?"
Well, I stopped saying that a while back because
right.
I didn't want to crack my voice even further.
I know, but every time I listen to your podcast, it's, this is iconic. I like that sound.
Well, 90 episodes too long.
Wow.
We did an interview back in December of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
We recorded that during the Music and L open house when Play on Gower first opened.
Yeah.
So this is way overdue, but we're going to talk a bit more and get to know more about the man Zay Nova. Because when it comes to a personality, you had that in spades.
Well, my name is Zay Nova. I was born and raised in Indonesia, and I came from an island called Bangka Island. So I migrated from Bangka Island in, I think, when I was 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
To an Islamic boarding school to study Islam. And, that was kind of a rock and roll moment for me to discover my sexual identity. So I had to go somewhere else to cure myself. Back then, when you were young, you didn't know what it's all about. You just follow what people want you to do.
Oh yes.
So and then I started music. I stole my brother's guitar. I taught myself how to play the guitar. So basically, my eldest brother wanted to impress his girlfriend that time. So he bought an ugly guitar. So he said to me, "Don't play my guitar." Okay, so but my eldest brother has to support family financially, and he has to go to the farm. While he was in the farm, I sneaked into the room and just taught myself the guitar with the basic keys there in the room. So I just taught myself. In the intersection of the village, there was a drunken people. They just play the guitar, and so I just look at from the distance how they play G, D, F, something like that, and then I just ran home and practice again. Oh, that's how to do that, F, and ran home.
Wow.
And then just back and forth, just to seeing them, because you cannot get closer when you're a child. You cannot get closer to drunken people. So.
But that's interesting on how you took lessons from what they were playing on the streets to apply to your teaching of guitar, and you're a self-taught musician.
Yes, in the village, the electricity came to our village around 1990s. So there was no TV. There was no
Radio?
Radio at the time. We had radio, but we used the batteries at that time.
Oh, okay.
Using batteries. But before that, I was born in 1980s. During the time, it was not enough entertainment over there. What can you expect from a village has no electricity? Into 1990s, electricity started to come, and then TV, still black and white, and then color TV, and I just discovered a lot of music at that time.
Yeah, and one of those artists that you discovered, you had a love for Shania Twain, and appropriate that Shania Twain was just here at the Churchill Park Music Festival.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about how Shania Twain influenced your decision to make music a full-time career, and tell me a bit more about some of the other influences of your musical tastes.
Yes, at that time, my influence in music is traditional Indonesian music as well, called dangdut. And as well as at that time, rock music was big as well, and country music. So that was in 1998, 1999, around that time. So I visited my friend's house, her house. So she introduced me to a cassette at that time, Shania Twain.
Yeah, would that be Come On Over or The Woman in Me?
Yeah, that album.
So Come On Over?
Come On Over album, yeah. And then I played it. I said to myself, wow, it's beautiful. And I didn't know that it was country music, pop country music. But her vocal is really beautiful. The songs is amazing. So I didn't understand English at that time. So I read her lyrics. You know, it's like if you go to China, you have to read the Chinese thing, but you don't understand what it's all about.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah, so that's the first time whatever Shania says there. Oh, this is how to say that don't impress me much. I didn't understand what it's all about.
Okay, so you're Zay Nova. That don't impress me much.
So that's at the moment. People said if you want to learn a new language, learn from what you like first. I like music. So I memorized her lyrics, even though I didn't understand, and then just later on, I bought the dictionaries, English dictionary, and I started to, translate word by word, even though sometimes it's like money grows on trees. That is an idiom, right? So you cannot translate that word by word. You know, so later on I had to learn the idioms too. So a lot of stuff. So that was the start. Then I went to Islamic boarding school, learning. I talked in front of the mirror and answer myself, asking questions, and answer myself, and then I started just to find people who can speak English.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the first. And then another influence is a Queen.
Queen, so like Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. You have my mustache like Freddie.
Oh yes. So we can call you the Indonesian Freddie Mercury.
Well, I like a Freddie. You know, these two persons. Shania is if I must say, Shania is a woman who has broken heart, but she has willing to walk away and to forgive. You know, so that's the best lesson I can learn from Shania's experience in life. And Freddie is someone who wanted to be. He wanted to be the person he wanted. He braved to be who he is. So it's like inspired me to be who I am. So there's two. Shania is bringing me to, okay, I have pain in my life before, but try to forgive, because if you want to see future, you have to forgive. So Shania inspired me for that, and to be true to myself is Freddie. So that's those two. For me, it's like
you have like the best combination of that to, you know, put that into the Zay Nova that we see today. Mm-hmm. Of course, you express that too throughout your songwriting. So what's your songwriting process like?
Songwriting process. To be honest, my English is still no good for the standard of writing, so I need help. Sometimes I go to Daryl Power. Sometimes I go to my friend, songwriter in Mississippi. We wrote together, and it's for me. It's the process is because I was a radio announcer for more than 14 years. So I listened to a lot of hit songs. So my head is full of notes. Sometimes I write 3 or 4 songs a day. No lyrics yet. So I come to songwriters. Can we sit down and write this tune? I think this is really good. Sometimes it's just I'm frustrated with when I have too many songs in the same day, but not enough words to express that. But my best friend Daryl Power said, you have to be true to yourself. If your English is only that, this is the limit. When you express something that's who you are, that will be more. There will be more meaning. But if you try to express something beyond your capacity, that is fake.
Yeah.
So be true to yourself. So if your English is only that, just that.
Yeah, and that authenticity is really, you know, what resonates with you when you do put out the songs that you do. So how the hell did you end up here in Newfoundland and Labrador?
So in 2005, 14, I met my partner. I didn't know he was from Newfoundland, but he was in New York. So that's why in the song in the album there's a song "In Your Arms." I don't know where you came from or what the future holds for me. I really didn't know this person, where he's from. So that 2016, there was around 144 gay men were arrested in Jakarta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we started to think about continue or not, or find another place. So he said, let's try to find a place in Canada. So 2016, I visited here the first time. So that was the first time I fell in love with Newfoundland. So I stood on Signal Hill. So I saw the lighthouse. That's why I wrote the song, The Lighthouse. So that's the moment I stood on Signal Hill. I took a deep breath. I felt freedom came to me. So I said to myself, I swear to God, I'm going to be back here to Newfoundland because this place is very peaceful. And when you stand there, you feel like you take a deep breath, freedom, and you almost can touch the sky. I said, this place is home for me. So 2016, I came back again to Indonesia to quit my job. And then 2017, I moved here and now it's 7 years.
That is insane, and we're very happy to have you, Zay.
Thank you.
And how I met you is through the Refugee and Immigrant Advisory Council, which no longer exists.
Yeah.
The program Radio React, which you and Daryl Power both worked on.
Yeah.
You ended up forming the Terra Novas around that time as well, and then you ended up breaking on your own with the album Keep Your Head Above the Water. But I want to talk about those good memories of Radio React, because I've helped out with that from time to time, and just seeing some of the personalities that have come through that studio, through CHMR Studios, which you recorded it at. It was incredible to see. So what are your favorite memories about Radio React?
Radio React is the first memories of me meeting Daryl Power. And I didn't know he was the former Great Big Sea, one of the biggest band here in the province.
Yeah, one of the biggest of the new millennium.
So I said to him one time, can you play guitar? And he said, oh yeah, oh yeah. And then I did a research, Daryl Power. Oh, okay. So I came to him, sorry, Daryl, I didn't know who you are. It doesn't matter. So that's the first time. And then we just made Radio React before COVID-19, because COVID-19 changed everything.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, so the Radio React was the moment for me to introduce my skill set. That was really, that's what the power of volunteering. People, as a new immigrant coming here, even though I had an experience in radio station for more than 14 years, but nobody knows why I am here.
Yeah.
So you have to show your skill first. So I showed that, and that was the step for me to won a silver award for the Atlantic Journalism Award at that time.
Yeah, how was that for you when it came to, because that program you had was like only a year old. What was that like receiving that Atlantic Journalism Award?
Well, that was because of Nabila Qureshi and as well as Daryl Power and myself and other volunteers, including you, helping doing all kind of stuff over there. I feel like this combination of those people who want to, okay, you have a skill set, but we want you to be better than this. So like you, Daryl, and Nabila, just make me have more energy to do that. So after that, COVID-19 and as well as Refugee Immigrant Advisory Council was kaput, gone. So I lost my job. So and I was hired by the Association for New Canadians after that.
Yeah, which you continue there to this day. So
yeah.
How important are those organizations like the Association for New Canadians, and especially to Music NL, for helping newcomers like yourself, be acclimated here to Newfoundland and Labrador, and not just, be acclimated to our culture, but also bring your own taste of who you are to our shores?
I was really, like organization like REAC and ANC at that time, very important for the province to integrate us into the local community. If I didn't introduce by React to integrate to the community, I will be more isolated. You know how hard is it to be an immigrant coming from one country and blind about a place where you
can't imagine.
Yeah. So it's like what you know is only your partner and his relatives. So it's difficult, and as well as you deal with immigration. The first time you came here, of course, you want to find a job. What is the step for that? So this organization help refugees and immigrants to do the step. If you don't speak English yet, go to our free English class provided by government. And after that, your English is getting better because no English, meaning no job. Understandable, because if you employ me to be a radio producer, I don't speak English. I'm sorry, Zay. Go to English class first. Don't pity yourself.
Yeah.
Just do something, because you are in a new place where majority speak English.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So these organizations, two organizations, really help us, and now it's much better because there are many services in this organization to integrate newcomers, and Music NL as well keep looking for newcomers artists to perform in the province.
Oh,
and
yes.
Before that, it's not that easy. And now we have global music nominees. And that category was new. Just couple of, I think it's during COVID-19 that
yeah, and the Global Music Artist of the Year, I think, was introduced at the most recent Music NL Awards last year.
Yeah.
And I think that ended up going to Baraka. But it goes to show like how far organizations like Music NL and even the East Coast Music Awards, I'm going to mention them as well, have come to accept the newcomers. And there's so much coming in here now to Canada that they got to have their own category. Otherwise, you're going to fall behind.
Yeah. So that's I think. Everything will be all right in the future. Will be I don't know. Newfoundland is full of artists. So every time I look at people for these small populations, half millions, and thousands of musicians, it's not normal. Meaning, most of people are artistic over here. So yeah.
And there's so many styles and tastes as well. I mean, like when it comes to the artists, I mean, one of the leading nominees this year is from Brazil, Ana Luisa Ramos, jazz musician and a folk musician.
Yeah.
It's great to see that they're you guys are really like taking over the music scene here in this province, but not just making it more diverse, but making it more I don't know what the word I'm looking for is to describe like plentiful. I don't know, but I can't really find the word for it. But it's better for the music scene as a whole.
Yes, I mean that's what make the Newfoundland's music industry is richer, more diverse. There's rap, there is rock, there is fusion, all kind of stuff. Even Jingsha with the Guzheng and blend with Sheniganox. I said, wow, how can this kind of style is incredible with Sheniganox, with a Newfoundland traditional music.
Yeah.
So I think this kind of combination makes Newfoundland's music is richer, and people start to look at the Newfoundland as the model of music, production is in the future. We always see this positive,
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Now, your debut record here, Keep Your Head Above the Water. And you ended up having songs like Locked Up All Night Long, The Lighthouse, the Head Above Water. There are a couple other tracks that are not coming to my head right now, but of course, you released this last year and ended up getting nominated for a few Music NL Awards. So tell me a little bit about the process of making this album.
So I started this production from Locked In All Night Long. That was during COVID-19, lockdown. Lockdown. So I came to Robert Kelly at that time from the Zuba Zuba. He's from Sudan. So Zuba Zuba recorded his vocal at Robert. So Zuba was my guest in the podcast studio. So he introduced Robert Kelly. So I connect with Robert Kelly. I want to produce this song. Because at that time I was talking to David Shear from the Music NL. He was with Music NL at the time.
Yeah, now he's with Hurricane
Yeah.
Music full time.
Yeah, so it's expensive to produce an album or to produce a song. So I wanted to look for a grant. You cannot just look for grants without a product and show your product.
Yeah.
It's like Music NL will say, hold on a second, who you are again? So I have to spend money from my pocket first to produce Locked In All Night Long, go to Robert Kelly. Nick Earl was doing the guitar for that. Chuck Bucket was doing the drum. So long story short, it's done. And then I asked for Matt Dines to be in the music video, and as well as Jordan Young, as well as I hired a company, Stephen Green, to film that. So that was basically my ticket to get a grant from Music NL. And I sent that message to David Shear. David, what do you think about my music? Am I qualified? Produce another 2 songs. You need 3 songs to impress the juries at Music NL. So, and then because during COVID-19 I cannot go to studio, so I asked for my producer in Indonesia to produce the song "The Lighthouse."
Yeah,
And-
we're not Praham, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
No, Winan. Pratama.
We're not Pratama.
Winan Pratama is the producer. So he did my song, I think about 15 years ago while he was still in the university. So I connect with him because during COVID-19 I cannot find anybody to do that. Lockdown. So I came to Robert Kelly again to record the vocals, and Robert was doing and organizing and mixing, mastering for that song, and done. And film again. I spent a lot of money from my pocket at that time because I really want to show Music NL, Arts NL that I have something to offer. So, and then after that, I get a grant.
Awesome. That's wicked.
I got a grant. I said, thank you, Dave. So then I produced Don't Tell Me Mother.
Yeah, Don't Tell Me Mother. You did that at the Doolies in Paradise?
No, it's West Side Charlie's.
West Side Charlie's.
West Side Charlie's, yeah. It's, you know, why I chose West Side Charlie's because when I was living in Paradise, we always hang out at that place, play pool and drinking, you know. So that's our place to hang out, West Side Charlie's. And I contacted the owner of the West Side Charlie's. I have a song over here called "Don't Tell Me Mother," and the story is here, and then. Okay, absolutely. How much you charge? No, it's free for you.
Yeah, and you wrote. And you wrote that with Daryl Power.
Yes. So Daryl, basically, I sat down with Daryl. Daryl is a unique songwriter. He will listen to your story. What's your story? And then he just speak up. Tell me more. Tell me more. So okay, listen. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, come on, let's write. And okay, right there. I was born in Bangkok. What was it? It's Bangkok. 19. What year? 19. Yeah. So and then just basically based on my real story, what I told him. So it's, that's good. He said, you know the best part of writing, Zay? Life is short. Tell the truth.
Yeah, so let's stick with Daryl Power for a moment because
Yeah.
how helpful has he been for you to help you get more comfortable here in Newfoundland and Labrador? Like, what's has his impact been on your life?
Daryl is the person who said to me, "I got your back."
Someone's got to do it, right?
Yeah. So he treated me like his brother. So that's what I always call him. Do you want to be my brother? Absolutely. So that's Daryl Power. So he's my brother from different mother, and he's really, really helpful, and he supported me from different angles. He is very enthusiastic when he is looking at me. Come on, Zach, come on, do it. You can do that. Even to when I perform, and sometimes, Daryl, I must say, sometimes I'm not comfortable in a good way. Because he want me to come on, push it, do it. But sometimes I feel like I am too lazy, so he want me to be further. So sometimes I feel uncomfortable. Sometimes I just don't believe in myself. So Daryl encouraged me to do this, to do that. So he's basically is my brother.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Now, of course, what else is next for you, Zai? So when it comes to future plans, are you going to be at Music Celebration Week this year? Or are you going to be at the ECMAs this year?
Yes, I'm nominated. You know that in Global Artist of the Year. So this is Music NL. And as well as I will be performing for the celebrations this September. And as well as now I plan to do more rock and roll for my second album.
Oh, wonderful. So when can we expect some new music from you there, Zai?
2025, that's my expectations. And I get a support from Arts NL and Music NL to produce this album, second album. So, and I even feel like this second album will be really different and will be more rockestra.
If you were to describe your time here in Newfoundland and Labrador from when you first came here in 2017 to now, in a word or a phrase, what would that be and why?
I'm sorry, say that again.
So if you were to describe your time here in Newfoundland and Labrador, what would that be and why, like in a word or a phrase?
I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to be here. First, to produce an album is very expensive. In Indonesia, I have to sell a house or land just to produce an album. And here in Newfoundland, you have a lot of support from the community, support from the people, support from the government, support from this, from that. And if you are lazy, go back. Because what else do you want? I mean, grants is everywhere, people support you, and musicians are here. What else? How blessed you are to be here, even to be in the Flanders. It's like you can, if you go. Sometimes we just not thankful enough. Sometimes I see several Newfoundlanders. You have to go out, see what out there.
Yeah.
So that's you will see that how blessed you are to be here.
Sure, because you're not going to be seeing it from your bedroom.
Yeah.
You got to go out and explore and figure out okay, who am I and where am I?
Yeah.
And it'll come right back to you if you give it the energy that you do.
Yeah. So, and the element of producing album is as well as not only producing an album, you have to promote that. And that's why this kind of podcast is very important. I was expecting this kind of podcast. This exists years ago. Because it's free marketing for us. Imagine that with the video, with the podcast, and we talk about our albums, and even I have to distribute my songs to the radio station all across the country. It costs money. Without the grant from the government.
Yeah.
Music just stuck over there. So
for sure, and I'm glad I got this platform to give you guys the opportunity to help come and tell your stories and promote your music.
Yeah.
And again, my motto for the podcast, I got a few mottos actually. No genre is left behind, because I give any genre the opportunity to feature their music on a consistent scale, especially on this platform.
Yeah.
And I'm also about building the sector one song at a time. And that starts with people like you, and it starts with people like Albert Dalton, and Order the Precious Blood, and Ana Luisa Ramos.
Yeah.
And no matter where, if you're from Newfoundland, if you're in Indonesia, Brazil, I don't care if you're from Venus or something.
next time you have to bring Shania Twain over here.
Dude, I wish. I wish.
Or what's that? Queen probably coming to your podcast. It will be awesome.
Brian May or Roger Taylor, if you're listening. But it's great to have these kind of platforms to tell your stories and stuff. So, on the note of being blessed to be here, how do you feel right now where you're to in your life? Do you feel like you're in a good spot?
From the start, building the career, because what is that? Music industry is not only in Newfoundland, because most of us the artists in Newfoundland want to be somewhere else and coming back home to Newfoundland, but we have to perform somewhere else all over the world. So that's kind of the thing. So in the future, what I'm doing is I have to build my fan base here in Newfoundland because this is my home, but I'm going to do touring as well. So that's a kind of a cool thing to do, right?
Wonderful. Now, for people who want to follow along with Zay Nova on his musical journey, and for anything you got coming up show-wise, where can they go when it comes to social media and website? Like, where can they go?
They go to my website, zaynovamusic.com, Z-A-Y Nova music.com. So yeah, that's everywhere. Now it's everywhere in the online.
And social media, what about that?
People just go to the website, they will see my social media over there. So it's much easier. Much easier. Yes, and I must say this: the production of this album is take a long time, 3 years, and as well as took energy and as well as patience. And I had to pick proper songs for the album, and I met Colin Power one time. All of this in this album are good songs. That's what she said. So I said, thank you, Colin. Yes.
Well,
yeah.
I'm glad you got that support to, help you out, get the product that you want out there to the public. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming on that second album. So, Zay, it's been an absolute blast. We're very happy to have you here in Newfoundland and Labrador, and I don't want you to leave anytime soon. Your positivity, your energy is infectious. And if the world had more Zay Novas in the world would be a much better place. So, Zay Nova, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today.
Thank you very much.
You have a wonderful day, and congratulations on all your success and what's to come in the year ahead.
Thank you, Zach.